Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we will be talking about the Portuguese Grand Prix that just finished, and man, never thought this record would be absolutely equalized. I never really got to see like Michael Schumacher when he was in most of his dominance because I wasn't really a Formula 1 fan back then. But since I've become a Formula 1 fan, there have been a lot of dominant drivers I've seen. I think I joined Formula 1, I think it was 2009, 2010. And the first and most dominant driver I ever saw was Sebastian Vettel when he was in that Red Bull. And of course, my favorite driver at the time was, my favorite driver was Fernando Alonso. So I was pretty upset when it comes to this. And then past 2014, it's been Mercedes dominance. Like, you cannot tell them. Mercedes were the dominant team, and that's just everything that's to say that. And this just proves it now because Lewis Hamilton is now has the most wins in Formula 1. One more than Michael Schumacher, and this guy's not even finished with his career. There's a good possibility that Lewis Hamilton can end up with his 100th Formula 1 Grand Prix wins. And when this man retires, he will definitely, there's no way Lewis Hamilton will not be knighted. So eventually when Lewis Hamilton's coming to the Grand Prix, once he's retired, we're going to call him Sir Lewis Hamilton. And yes, Lewis Hamilton did in fact win the Portuguese Grand Prix. Here's the top 10 results next to me right here. Lewis Hamilton winning the race, Valtteri Bottas finishing in second. At the start of the race, it was really weird because both Mercedes got off to a good start. But then both of them had struggled for tires because they were on the medium tires instead of the soft tires. And actually, after I think it was after 3 laps, Carlos Sainz was actually the leader of this race. And then Bottas got around him, and then Hamilton got around Sainz, Verstappen got around Sainz, and then a couple laps later, Hamilton got around Bottas. Now, when Hamilton did come to the pits, I think it was it was between lap 40 and 44. Lewis Hamilton came into the pits, and he came in and put in on the hard tires because there was like 22 laps to go. And then Bottas took the lead. Now, when it came to Bottas pitting, Bottas wanted to go on the soft tires, but apparently there's a rule at Mercedes that says once Hamilton selects the tires that he wants to go on, you have to choose those tires. Now, that rule is kind of debatable because I feel like it would have made it a lot more exciting had Bottas been on that soft tire, but it kind of didn't really make a difference because once Bottas came into the pits and came out of the pits, he was struggling. He did set the fastest lap, one of the last, but he was struggling. Verstappen was catching him. Lewis Hamilton beat Bottas in the race by a good 25 seconds. That's the largest gap at the end of the race this season. And this season hasn't even had that many races. It's had 11 races. And the largest gap is now 25 seconds. Yeah, so that's not a good day for Bottas. And I mean, is there anything to say really? Bottas is not really someone that can challenge Lewis Hamilton for the title. And I feel like Bottas is going to have at least... They're going to wait until 2022 before putting someone else in that seat. And I know who they're going to put in that seat. They're going to put George Russell in that seat. If George Russell does not have a seat next year, that's going to be very disappointing because I feel like George Russell can be the next Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes, coming from a Mercedes team or a Mercedes supply team in Williams, going to the factory team, Mercedes-AMG Petronas, and then continuing on where Hamilton left off in terms of British drivers. Or they could go to the Lando Norris route, but I highly doubt that because McLaren's probably not going to let Lando Norris go to Mercedes. And considering that McLaren's going to be, have Mercedes engine next year, yeah, I don't really see that being possible. But yeah, Hamilton won the race, Bottas P2, Verstappen P3. Verstappen had I would probably say average race. I mean, his teammate had a disappointing race. I'm pretty sure his teammate either almost got lapped or got lapped by Verstappen during the race. And I think he finished the lap down. I think he did actually I think he did actually finish a lap down behind Verstappen, but I don't want to say anything else. Yeah, but when it comes to Alexander Albon, I don't really think Albon deserves to be in that Red Bull seat. Red Bull has said that if Alexander Albon can perform these next couple of races, they will sign him to a new contract because they want him in that seat. But finishing P12 when your teammates finishing on the podium And you got guys like Gasly finishing in the points. You got other guys that could probably be a better contender like Ocon, who stayed out for so long and pulled off the he pulled off the overcut century. He came out in front of his teammates. His teammate was running P8, Ocon was running P5, and Ocon went about 50 laps before coming into the pits, and he still managed to come out ahead. Ricciardo ended up finishing P8. It was a double points day for Renault after Ricciardo finished P9, but P4 was Charles Leclerc having a very good day for Ferrari. Ferrari actually got double points day because, as you can see right here, Sebastian Vettel did end up getting that final points day ahead of his former teammate Kimi Raikkonen. Pierre Gasly finishing in 5th. Carlos Sainz finishing in 6th. Yeah, once we get to Lando Norris, we can continue on that. Sergio Perez. This man drove his heart out. If anything, Sergio Perez definitely deserved to be the driver today. Because after lap 1, this man was spun backwards by Verstappen. It was a racing incident. It was a lap 1 racing incident. But he was still spun backwards. And he pitted on lap 1, and he carried those tires all the way to the end of the race and ended up still getting P7. Meanwhile, his teammate, we'll get into that later, ended up retiring from the race due to a certain incident. But after that, it was Ocon finishing in 8th, Ricciardo finishing in 9th. Ricciardo pitted very, very early compared to a lot of other guys and ended up finishing in the points. So a very good day for both the Renaults, both the Ferraris, and yeah, not both the Red Bulls though. Kimi Raikkonen finishing in P11. Kimi Raikkonen had a very, very good day compared to his teammate who ended up finishing in 15th. And if it wasn't for Sebastian Vettel, Kimi Raikkonen would have picked up Alfa Romeo's, I think, first points of the season, because I don't think Alfa Romeo have picked up a point this season. So I think they have, but I don't know if they have or not. But yeah, Albon finishing in P12, Lando Norris finishing in P13. Lando Norris having a disappointing day after getting involved in an incident with Lance Stroll. And I just want to say that was completely Lance Stroll's fault. I mean, he's ahead going into the corner, but you'd still have to give the guy room. If Lando Norris is still side by side with you into that corner, as we saw when it came to Ocon and Perez, Ocon gave Perez room and they didn't crash. And then you had Stroll and Norris, and they both crashed, and Stroll ended up retiring from the race due to having damage. He ended up also getting a 5-second penalty and then getting another 5-second penalty because of track limits. I think the same thing happened with Grosjean and Kvyat. So yeah, there were a lot of track limits going around here, and there was a lot of time penalties going on with track limits. But yeah, Norris having a disappointing day. Norris deserved to finish in the top 10. It deserved to be a double points day for McLaren, but fortunately for him, it did not happen. George Russell finishing in P14 after having a very good day. You know, like, he got out of Q1 basically yesterday, and now he finishes P14, which is a decent race, I'd probably say, for Williams. Giovinazzi finishing P15. Both the Haas finishing P16 and P17 after being announced that both Magnussen and Grosjean will be leaving at the end of the season, so that's going to be disappointing to see. But it's going to be a new era for the American team, and I hope they really do good past 2021. Nicholas Latifi finishing in P18. Daniel Kvyat finishing P19. Finishing 14 positions behind your teammate. Not a good day for Daniel Kvyat in that AlphaTauri team. And then the final person finishing in this race was Lance Stroll, who of course did retire from the race. But yeah, I just wanted to say this. Congratulations to Lewis Hamilton, 92 race win. He's going to win the 7th championship this season, which means next year he'll be going for his 8th championship. And once he gets his 8th championship, I feel like for Lewis Hamilton, there's going to be nothing left for him to win. I feel like next year is going to be Lewis Hamilton's last season in Formula 1. Because after that, what is there left for him to win? Like, at that point, he should just retire, to be honest. Because, yes, he could go to a different team and try and win the championship, but he's already won 8 if he wins next year. So there's really no point of Lewis Hamilton actually, winning. Continue on past 2021. So 2021, I'm going to say this right here, it's going to be a last season for Lewis Hamilton, because it's about time that Lewis Hamilton does retire. He has nothing left to win. I mean, yeah, he has most of the records now. He has poles, he has wins, he's going to have championships, he wins his championship next year. So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. I'll be posting more sports content for you guys to see in the coming days. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on bell notifications to know when my videos go live. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.